Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück to another video of What If Luffy Was Never Born, or I think we agreed on Shadow Piece, and yes, that was German at the beginning. So let us start today with Wano Arc 3rd Act Part 2, Confrontation on Multiple Sides. So let's see what this chapter title actually entails, and I think it would actually be multiple chapters, but well, it's one chapter for our series here, so let's get right into it. First of all, let me do this here. Law and the Scabbards basically submerge with like Law's polar tank, which is the name of his submarine, and go for the back entrance for like the back attack and basically a corner pincer attack from every side. So that's where all of them go. Well, not every Scabbard, because Kinemon and I think it was Denjiro who went with the east and west attack. East and west, yeah, those two sides. So the rest of the alliance reaches the entrance of Onigashima. After all of the guards got knocked down, Moria thought to himself, where should they hide all these ships? Because there is an entire fleet of like ships from the samurai, his small thriller bark ship, this ship, the Victoria Punk, which is like the ship that Kid uses, and all these other ships. But then, to his surprise, all of the samurai basically just start sinking their ships, because that's how much determination they have. This is to show what they will do. They are not going to leave this place until either all of them have died, or this is over and they can just go back with the ships of the people they just defeated. There is no in between, and they will never escape from this place. It's a do or die situation. So here we are. As the alliance crosses the bridge to the Kinemon basically uses devil fruit powers, which I think was named the Fuku no Mi, the clove fruit, to give everybody disguises to avoid unnecessary fights. Well, the disguises work more or less for some people, because compared to Luffy and the others here, we have people like Ors, who's pretty big, and we also have like the Kaiser zombie and the Commander Zombie, who are pretty well-known people. We also have Captain John. We also have all of these minks. I don't know if they have disguises, or if maybe even there's the problem that Kinemon's Devil Fruit exhausts him a bit, not bitch, my bad, I'm sorry. He exhausts, like if his Devil Fruit actually exhausts him, and he can't use his Devil Fruit for the entirety of like over 1,600 zombie minks or something. Not only zombie minks, but 106,000 zombies are a lot of people. And if all of them need to be disguised, I don't know if that might be too much for Kinemon. But the key people will get disguised, and they will like resume forward into Onigashima, entering this place. So inside the hall, basically we see the party already going on. We see that Apu is there as the DJ doing his mixing and everything, and Queen is doing his dances and singing. He's also basically introducing all the people. This is I think the point where he introduces all of the Tobiropo with Ulti, Page 1, Drake, Who's Who, Black Maria, and Sasaki, I think was the Triceratops name. He introduces all of them, and also like King and Kaido, Big Mom, and the alliance with the Big Mom Pirates officially started, and all of these things get like, they start here. So here we are, and we also see an interaction between Kaido and the Tobiropo. So first, like, it's the first time we actually hear about Yamato, I think, here, who is now called Kaido's son, which I still don't understand why they decided to call him Kaido's son. Is it still because of the whole I wanna be Odin thing, or is it there's still something more? Because I think Yamato thinks that she's a female, even though she wants to be like Odin, but she still identifies as a female? But this whole matter of gender identification is so much to talk about that I don't really want to delve deeper into that, and just continue on with the further parts of this what if scenario. Here we are, and the Strawhat Pirates basically separate at this point, going to different places. This is where we see that basically we go over here where Moria especially says that he wants to find Kid, because he's already making a ruckus here, and he hears a few people like talking about like someone destroying people, probably already being way too drunk and fighting against stuff here and there. So they don't know what's going on here, but he never really hears the name Kid, and doesn't know if they actually know that they're being under attack, or if it's just a drunkard acting up at some points. So he separates from the people, and everybody prepares to fight against Kaido's top people, the Tobiroppo and the All-Stars. So Moria goes to find Kid, and Ryuma goes with him because Ryuma needs to take care of these younglings and just make sure that no samurai makes any like wrong moves, or that even the other people make wrong moves. But because Moria sprinted out earlier because he's like, he doesn't want this to fail, he finally wants to get his revenge, Ryuma is like a few steps behind and needs to catch up to him as well. So here we are. Absalom, Perona, Kumashi, Oris, Hawkbag, the Commander Zombie, and the Kaiser Zombie that I will not name yet. And basically also all the other zombie positions, like they all position themselves in places to strike the enemy fast and hard. Just going in there one at a time is stupid. So they basically order themselves in a position to jump everybody at once there's a signal for the battle to finally start. And while this is going on, Moria dashes around making like almost no noise with his different movement abilities, making sure that nobody makes catch notice of him, and he still tries to hear what the other people say about Kid and maybe the whole situation going on. So here we are. However, when he sees the massive amount of food and people just spilling left and right, he gets furious. He sees the people who especially eat oshiruko, because I think oshiruko is the special food that everybody eats here in Wano apparently. He sees how they just spill it on the ground and think like, oh yeah, the stuff that falls on the ground, we can give it to the weird people, to the beggars down in Wano. We don't really need to care about this stuff. And he just gets furious. Even though Moria knows the plan, he can't stay silent here. He saw how Tama was happy after a single bowl of this. It was special to her. It was her birthday, and she never gets to eat food like this. And here they are, just wasting it, not honoring the food, just trash talking all of the people from Wano and not respecting anything here. So he doesn't care and maybe messes up the plan for some people here. But he still thinks to himself, yo, even if the people notice me here and see that Moria, Gecko Moria, the Shadow Emperor is on this island, I'm still going to be the one who takes down Kaido. None of these young ones, of these rookies, will be strong enough to take down Kaido. This will be my job. So even if they see me, I will still be the one to take down Kaido. So Moria flings around members of the Beast Pirates, which basically just leads to the attention falling on him. Everybody sees him and is just like, wait, isn't that... He has our uniform, but isn't that Gecko Moria? I heard about this guy. This no, not a scabbard. There were other people. He's like a weird fella. You know, he was supposed to be fat, but he seems to have lost some weight. Maybe I should talk with him. Maybe he can help Queen in losing a few pounds here and there. Maybe he can be popular then. They're just talking here and there, and the attention falls on him. Shortly after he started wrecking, Yuma also arrives here and basically just talks to him. He talks with Moria and basically just asks him, young captain, did you forget the plan? We were supposed to stay in the shadow, not attack them right now. But then Moria explains the sins that the Beast Pirates committed. And as the Emperor of Hell, as the Emperor of the Shadows, he can't stay quiet when people just commit sins. He needs to take care of them and make sure that they get the punishment that they deserve. And actually, Yuma agrees with them. These younglings need to be taught a lesson. He can't live that people just disrespect his country, his villagers, his descendants, and all these people like this. So he needs to act up as well, and they just go around defeating a few people here and there. So even with the disguise, that means that Queen and Apu figure out that that was Moria and one of his zombies. Queen a bit mad that Moria lost some weight again, just thinks like, okay, Beast Pirates, if you kill this guy, catch him or just kill him on the spot, you will get a position as a Tobiroppo. Do that for me, please. Please, pretty quick. I have quite a few feuds with this guy, and if you kill him, I would be pretty thankful. Just kill this Moria guy, I don't need him anymore. Because I think Queen and Moria, they are not very much like on a good standing. Like, I don't think that they really like each other. Even not thinking about the whole thing that the Beast Pirates killed Moria's Nakama and allies like years prior. I don't think that the two of them get along very well. So here we are, and first they get all sent after. So the army of gifters approached them, but Yuma and Moria don't get intimidated by that, because what are these gifters going to do? They're just some lackeys who don't really have powers. However, Apu then also comes there. And Apu's sound-based attacks basically catch them by surprise, making them both like, I don't know if they spit up some blood, but they feel hurt somewhat because the sound-based attack hits them and they don't really know what's going on here. So Moria recommends to Ryuma that he doesn't want to call it a retreat, but he wants to get away in this one direction, and while they are getting away, not like getting attacked by everybody here, he wants to learn how this rookie's powers actually work, so that they can understand and like counterattack or deal with Apu. So they then rush away from the enemy, still looking at Apu and what he's going to do and maybe how to counter this. And while Apu tries to strike them once again, Kid finally steps in. He finally shows himself so Moria knows where he is. So he's there and attacks Apu with his like punk fist or punk, whatever his names are called. It's all punk something. So he attacks Apu for his treacherous actions of betraying the alliance and basically spitting on Kid as well. So with Kid's sudden appearance, Queen now finally has learned that every report he has gotten from the prison since he left there basically was false. He doesn't know what the situation right now is, but there seems to be a lot going on in the background, and he knows that now. So Kid confronts Apu about his betrayal, but Apu basically just laughs at Kid and calls him different names, says that he's naive, and says that Pirates alliances never work out. So Kid is just a naive little kid, and he will learn from this probably. This is also the point where Queen grants everybody further permission to also kill Kid, additionally to Moria and Ryuma. So here we are, but Kid basically just punches our boy Apu into the ground and sends him flying or something. And this is also the point where we see one of the numbers acting up for the first time. We see Hacha, which is the 8 giant. He joins the fight and basically sends Kid flying. He makes like a blow with whatever his attack was. I'm not sure if it was a club or if it was just a fist attack, but he sends Kid flying with one of his blows, and Kid just flies across the room straight into Moria's arms, and Moria just catches him and thinks like, oh, does the little baby rookie need to be carried by Daddy Moria? He says like mockingly to Kid. And Kid like just looks at him and is confused, because that's like mocking in a weird way. But he's also like angry at him, so he jumps at his feet and basically shoves Moria to the side and just says like, whatever old man, let me just deal with this. And this is also the point where Kid and Killer basically join Moria and Ryuma with taking care of these people. And because Killer knows a bit more about Apu, because they are of the same generation, they've been in an alliance, they maybe battled here and there against each other on the Grand Line or in some other places, he tells Moria and Ryuma that Apu's attacks are sound-based, so it's very simple to take care of this. You just need to block your ears, and if you can't hear his attacks, you don't get damaged. Which leaves me questioning, if that's all you need to do to block Apu's attacks, isn't this devil fruit quite weak? You just need to block your ears and make sure that you can't hear anything. Yes, there is the downside that you like can't communicate with your allies anymore or things, but even if you can't do that, you don't really, if you fought with each other for years or maybe even only months, you know what the other person can do, and if you are nakama to each other, you will rely on the other one to like act on their own and make sure that you can fight. So Apu's devil fruit might be way weaker than I actually thought, which might be important for another series that we will start. So anyways, we are here and they now know the weakness of Apu's devil fruit, but this is where we like hover to a different place, where we go like one stage or one basically, what's the name? We go one stage higher than we were right now, where we see Who's Who plays basically talking with his subordinates. He says he wants to find Yamato because he wants to get rid of one of the Tobiropo, because the Tobiropo, well, there's one of them who's not really that nice to our boy Who's Who, because Who's Who knows a bit more than we know at this moment. So here he wants to find the young Lord Yamato to get like rid of one of these guys. For now, the Beast Pirates only know about the Thriller Bark's arrival, or more specific, only Moria and Ryuma's, and also that the Kid Pirates with Kid and Killer are here. So they don't know that everything is going on here. So even Ors is still hidden, even though he's enormous, as you would probably think. So the easiest answer to that is that he just stays with Absalom, and with Because Absalom is like with all of the other here, he just touches them or they touch him, or he has some extended powers here to make everybody invisible so that they don't find him. The funny answer, however, would be that Ors basically just hides behind a very thin pillar to basically hide himself. But obviously he's way too big, so he's just hiding there like, oh, they can't see me. If I can see them, they can't see me. But you know, that's not actually how this works, because that Ors with this childish thinking and like not very smart everything is actually Luffy Ors. That's the Ors we know from the canon version, but this is Hyruddin Ors. And Hyruddin is smarter than that and probably just stays with Absalom here just to make sure that he doesn't get found out. So on the eastern side, Kinemon reaches the brothel area run by Black Maria. Here they decide to split even more. Half of the forces will go after Kaido and Orochi, while the other half will go with Shinobu to go look for our boy Momonosuke, who was being captured by our boy Kanjuro, and now they need to find him once again. So this is until the moment where a shadow appears and the samurai need to hide. And all of them just jump in the water and dive down there in the nearby lake to make sure that they are not found right now, because it's not yet the time here. Hawkback is together with the others, so while sneaking around, someone notices them, despite being invisible. It's Big Mom. So Big Mom notices them and just looks around, and she stares at some of the Beast Pirates, and they think like, oh no, why is she staring at us? What is going on? What is one of the Yonko doing against us? But she's actually not staring at the Beast Pirates, she's staring straight at the invisible people, straight like there where Absalom and the other people are standing. So here they are. With her observation haki, she just can see the invisible people moving around. You might even say that she has some practice with people being invisible because of someone in her family. So to everyone's surprise, Hawkback says he will deal with her, which leaves Absalom and Perona completely confused and shocked. Like, the round doctor is not someone they thought would just stand up for them and confront a Yonko. So they think to themselves things like, did Hawkback train in secret? Is he not a non-combatant anymore? Is he also powerful? Does he think he can take on a Yonko? It's Big Mom, for God's sake. How can Hawkback think he can deal with this? But then they just leave him here and sneak away while he leaves the invisibility spell and just think like, we will never forget you, old man Hawkback. And just walk away while Hawkback is here staring at Big Mom, ready to continue with what he wants to do. So here we are, and the Big Mom Pirates are still on like their way. They are on the Queen Mama Chanter, which is the name of their ship, and they are trying to get up the waterfall to get to Wano finally. They also learn about the alliance through a Denden Mushi call, however they don't get informed about this hidden port, which would make it easier for them to enter Wano, like the one where you just go on a lift to rise up and then you're on Wano. They still try to go with the waterfall. And here they are, until they see another flying creature approaching them. At first they just think it's King, maybe greeting them now that they're allies or something. But then they notice this creature actually has blue flames, which is something King doesn't have. King has flames, but not blue flames. So without hesitation, Koribu jumps up there. He jumps up in the sky, confronting this weird flying creature who has blue flames. And with a slow panning reveal, we see that that person is Marco, which you already knew probably. So Koribu jumps up from the Queen Mama Chanter, fighting against Marco in the air. This leads to another reveal where we see that our boy Koribu basically has skywalk or like Geppo, and he can just continue in the air walking up there to get to Marco and make sure that the ship is safe and can go up the waterfall. So here we are, and he basically makes an instantaneous attack against Marco. However, his first initial attack gets blocked. And then Marco wants to send him flying, but with his Geppo abilities, he jumps to the side, making sure that he doesn't get knocked down back there on the ship. So he continues to use his armament haki attacks to stand against the basically stand-in captain of the Whitebeard Pirates, or at least like the first commander if you want to go with the position he had before Whitebeard's death. So he unleashes a combo of slashes, strikes, and basically also sweat. Like, he makes this charge at Marco with his armament-covered shovel, striking him like with if you like with a bat or like a sword or all these different things, like a spear, because if you think about it, a shovel can do a lot of things. The sides are pretty sharp, so he can use it to cut the enemy, but the front is pretty like pointy, so it can be used as a spear. But then it can also be used like a bat or an axe if you like use it as a club as well. But you could also technically use it as a shield to protect people if like the shovel area is maybe a bit faster. Or not faster, bigger. So the shovel is quite versatile as a weapon. So Koribu has made a good choice to be the shovel knight of this series. So here he is, fighting against against Marco in the air, just making attacks left and right where Marco just blocks them with his talons and his wings, getting not really hurt but like blocking these attacks. And then we also see that the chameleon on his head, normally it's like not upside down, but like looks in a different direction, but here we see that the chameleon moves around looking at Marco as well, and then it also extends its tongue, and then we see the reveal that the chameleon also learned armament haki and used armament haki on top of its like extended tongue, and basically makes, I don't know, a Yoshi tongue move on Marco, trying to attack it with his tongue, helping its owner and like I guess family members. Well, I guess it's Chameleon. I don't know if he's a name. If not, just let's call him Leon. Leon is also a family member of the Big Mom Pirates, or of the Karibu family. So here we are. He's fighting against Marco. But, well, this is where Marco just starts talking. So, you are one of the new recruits Big Mom has. Well, my condolences. I'm sorry, Bloody Swarm Koribu. I don't have the time for this little fight. There is a bastard. No, there are multiple bastards on this island who stole something very important to me. Let's continue the sparring some other time. And this is the point where he basically just goes into his full Phoenix form, because I would say he was just in his hybrid form before. And with his talons, he smashes Koribu back onto the ship and knocks the ship off the waterfall once more. So here we are. The ship has fallen down and Marco is done with his job. He looks at them and sees that also on the other hand, the Guardian ship with Izo, Nekomamushi and more Mink warriors are also starting to ascend the waterfall here. So Smoothie makes sure that even though the ship is falling and everybody's like in panic again and Koribu is falling down from the air, she makes sure to catch Koribu and make sure he just doesn't fall into the water. Even though he's not a Devil Fruit user, she still wants to make sure that nothing happens to him. And we still don't know how strong Smoothie is, so I don't really know how to power scale her for any upcoming battles. I don't really think that she's going to do anything in Wano, to be fair. Like, even in Oda's version, Smoothie didn't do anything. Like, we didn't see her fight, I think. So here we are, and she catches him, just making sure that nothing happens. So that is when we see here, and just Smoothie looks at him. She catches him and places him down on the ground, and she looks at him. She looks at him and thinks, I've never seen Koribu this furious, but he's also looks like helpless. He fought against one of the first commanders of a Yonko, but he couldn't do anything. But he wants to save his brother from the grasps of Kaido. So this is a weird feeling. He doesn't know what to do here. And Smoothie also doesn't know how to interact with him. But that is when Koribu gets approached by a blonde man. By a blonde man that you probably know. So he goes there and questions Koribu. How can you continue doing this? You should know better than to fight with the first commander of the Whitebeard Pirates. Compared to him, we are just grains of dust. Mom is probably already up there and, well, you know, just let her take care of your brother. You don't need to rush here. We can just wait on the bottom side. And this enrages Koribu even more. He grabs the swirly eyebrows man collar and just shouts at him. My brother? He may be my brother, but he's also your family. How about you care a bit about your family's member a bit more, like you little bastard prince of a destroyed kingdom? Koribu then punches him in the face, just knocking him on the ground, and he wouldn't spit on the ground, but like sweat drops fall next to our swirly eyebrowed blonde like man. And he just there looks at him and orders everyone to ascend the waterfall once more, because he needs to go there to reach Karibu, to reach Wano, to make sure that his brother, his family, and even his mother-in-law is safe. He needs to make sure that everybody is safe, because that's what family means. Family need to care about each other. and this is the message she wants to give the blonde man. And with this, I would say we are done with this part of the series. So next week we're going to continue with part 3 of the Fire Act. And there's going to be more and more parts, but thank you for being here. And you can look forward to the first day video and maybe a Saturday video as well, because I'm working on a lot of things behind the scenes and just trying to develop myself further and further, evolve further and further, and maybe shift into a new gear. So until then, I hope all of you take care of yourselves and stay healthy, stay cultured, and most importantly, stay hot. This is me, Pyro Primer, and I hope you have a nice rest of your week. Bye!